Bonjour mes amis, vous me manquez beaucoup. J'aimerais beaucoup mieux vous voir dans notre classe maintenant, mais nous ne pouvons pas. Alors, j'ai pensé que je pourrais peut-être faire une randonnée avec vous dans ma forêt chez moi. Et voici notre sentier que nous allons suivre. Et il a neigé hier soir, toute la journée hier, et comme vous voyez, personne n'a utilisé ce sentier. Alors, on va voir si les animaux étaient ici depuis que la neige est tombée. And look what I found here. This tree fell in the winds that we had a couple of days ago. And then walking beside this tree, what do you see? I'll show you my hand so you can see how big these tracks are. They're all in a perfect line. And that's because a grouse left them. Mr. Grouse walked around this tree sometime between last night and this morning. And look, just past the grouse, there's another track that we see at Edmondson Heights all the time. Who is that hopping across the trail? That is an écureuil rouge. Le petit écureuil rouge, that's a little red squirrel. Wow. And now compare this to the red squirrel. Here's somebody with really big back feet. And which direction was he traveling? I can see his toes, so I know he was going this way. But look, my friends, look how far between that hop and the next hop. I believe it's there. This animal can hop a long way. This is a rabbit, and it looks like when he was hopping, he was in a hurry. I wonder if someone was chasing him. Here's a track I'm not sure of. Very small feet. Count those toes. I think there are... Well, it's hard to say. It's a long hop. Oh, there's one with a better picture. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toes. I think that might be a mink. I'll have to ask somebody else who knows better than I do. I think I see something else over there. Something tiny. It's starting to come on the top of the snow. Can you see them? They're very, very, very small. Those little black dots. Those are alive. As you can see, they're hopping, which is why they're called springtails. They're a really important animal in the forest, and there are millions of them that we almost never see unless they're on the surface of the snow. They are decomposers. They're a really important group of animals, as you know, because we've studied them, for breaking down all the leaves and the things that fell off the trees last year so that the soil is ready to grow this year's trees and leaves and plants. Can you see them? They're so tiny. And look what I found here. There's a bit of a story in the snow, I think. Somebody walked through here a few times. Someone with big feet and just 2 toes. He walked across this way, and then maybe he walked back, or maybe he had a friend. And I can see that there's a bit of snow in these tracks, so that tells me that this happened while it was still snowing. But this is where the deer crossed the path, and it definitely looks like there was more than one. They came from those trees in there, and they crossed across the path into these trees on this side. And you can see that there's actually a bit of a path there that's quite well used by the wildlife. It's not used by people. Well, here's another rabbit. But I think I should correct myself and say that, in fact, these have not been rabbit tracks at all, but you can see by the size of those feet, this animal is really well adapted to live in the snow. And that's because he's a snowshoe hare. And wow, look how perfectly those feet match the shape of a snowshoe. Les raquettes de neige. Et qui a été inventé en premier? C'était les pieds des animaux, et les raquettes étaient inventées après en utilisant la même forme des pieds des animaux qui étaient adaptés pour survivre dans la neige. Okay, this is cool. I think this might be our last track for today. Look at those beautiful, clear 5 fingers. And he was just walking along. That's a pretty big animal. Let me show you my hand compared to that track. He has big feet. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toes. So that tells me that is someone who's hunting the rabbits and the squirrels. That's a fisher.